Dog crate training. How to train your dog to go willingly into his or her crate and enjoy being in there. The first steps. In order to get your dog willingly into his or her crate, there must be an introduction phase. Firstly, put the crate out in a common area where the family lives. Let the dog inspect this new object. Dogs are naturally curious creatures and will want to know what this new object is. Getting the dog into the crate. The crate training could take a few days or weeks depending on the dog's past experience with crates. It is very important to remember not to push the dog to get into the crate. You want your dog to feel that the crate is a safe place to be. Start by having the crate in a location near the family, but out of the way enough to give the dog his or her own room. Put some bedding in the crate that the dog is familiar with. You may want to put the dog's favourite toy in the crate so he or she will stick their nose in to get it. If the dog seems a little reluctant to go in there, after a few days, try putting a treat or two into the crate as a reward for venturing in there. When the dog goes into the crate, lavish praise on him or her. Include the crate in playtime. When playing, fetch, roll the ball or toss the dog's toy in there for him or her to retrieve. In time you will find your dog will go in on his or her own as a quiet retreat. Do not close the door at this stage. After a while you can close the door, but do not lock it on the first few occasions. Just let your dog push the door open with his or her nose. After the dog gets used to having the door on the crate closed, you can begin to lock it. Start to lock it for only a few minutes at first, then you can gradually increase the time. When you start to have your dog in there for extended periods of time, make sure you have water in there for your dog. Also make sure that your dog's habit of going outside to the toilet is not interfered with. After a while you can start to put the crate in the car and your dog should happily just hop into it or be carried in it to your car. It is generally a good idea that you allow your dog to sleep in his or her crate. Your dog should view the crate as his or her own special place and always encourage and praise your dog when he or she goes into the crate. You have now crate trained your dog. Additional tips. Make sure you put the crate in a quiet spot, but still close enough that the dog feels part of the family and knows what's going on. Always keep the crate out and allow your dog free access to the crate. Never put the crate into storage, as the dog will become unfamiliar with it. Never force your dog into the crate. Always plan well in advance and never buy a crate at the last minute before a trip. You should always buy your crate as soon as you get your dog. Make sure the crate will be big enough for your dog when fully grown if you bought a puppy. Your dog should be able to turn around within the crate.